episode of Teacher Feature, and we're going to be interviewing Mr. Semerdjian today. So let's get started.
Reading and writing inspired me to get into English, and I think as an English major I ended up, like many English majors, trying to figure out what to do for a career, vocation, you know. And ultimately what ended up happening was I walked into Queen's College, which is where I got my teaching licensure, and I wanted to inquire, before I got teaching licensure, I wanted to find out about like what can people with English majors do, because I wanted to get some sort of graduate degree work, you know. And I was thinking about publishing, and I was thinking about teaching was up there, so I ended up meeting a gentleman named Randy Bomer who was talking about the education program at Queen's College, and he's just a wonderful researcher and thinker and activist about education. And our conversation 17 years ago at Queen's College really inspired me to teach, to take all this knowledge about reading and writing and literature and apply it in a way that might make a difference in society in terms of trying to make change in society. Yeah, I think it was Randy's conversation that probably inspired me the most. I mentioned him earlier. I think in terms of education, one of my major role models is Randy Bomer. He's just a terrific activist and educator, as I said. I think for me, they're role models in different fields and different disciplines. As a writer, I really admire some teachers I had. This woman, Juliana Spar, I think is a wonderful poet. Peter Elbow, who's just an amazing researcher as well. In terms of my own background, I'm Armenian, some of you know. Peter Balakian is a pretty big role model as well. Also a writer, poet, teacher. He teaches at Colgate University. People who make art with tons of integrity. I think David Bazan is a really good songwriter. I think he's terrific. Joni Mitchell, I think, is amazing. I don't know if she's a role model. Maybe it goes back to inspiration, I guess. Well, balance for me is the hardest part in life and job and work and everything. It's just to balance all the different passions. In education, probably the hardest thing for me is the volume of work as an English teacher, just to read through the work and give appropriate amount of time and consideration to student writing to help it grow. That's a lot of grading, a lot of assessment. But in terms of all my work, it's just that balance. People probably don't know this about me, but I'm a huge basketball fan. I go to Knicks games all the time. I'm a season ticket holder. I would say, you know, reading and writing, that kind of stuff, but that's not really, I don't really count that as free time. It's sort of like work, but not even really work either. It's sort of like life. Run once in a while, not a lot. I'm not like a long distance runner, not at all. But I like to do like little runs around the neighborhood. Go for walks, stretch on the yoga ball. Yoga balls, I don't do that enough. Yeah, all that and basketball. I like to cook very little. It's like a very tiny.
What's your favorite dish?
Eggs. Anything with eggs, I can cook. I make a pretty good pecan pie. Probably be like who you'd want to have dinner with that day. I mean, I don't know. There's so many.
You can name a bunch.
Denver from Beloved. I think she's super sassy and funny and interesting and courageous. But you know, I think that like Candide is a funny character. I'd like to sit around with him and talk about his travels. Voltaire's Candide. Kieran from Let the Great World Spin is an amazing character. What a heart, brave guy. Like every book. I'd probably sit down and have like a, you know, feast. I like to hang out with Nick a little bit too from Gatsby. Something like musician, comma, writer, comma, educator, comma, confused. I don't know, something like that. All awkward, child of immigrants, quirky, strange, dreamer, silly, a little silly. Again, basketball. I really enjoy. I played basketball. I watched basketball. Hanging out with friends. Seeing movies. I should say that too. Actually, it goes back to the other question about hobbies. I really love seeing movies now, and I did when I was, a teen as well. Even before that, I just love going to movies. Even more than seeing movies at home, I really love being in a theater. I like the dark room, and I like the big, huge screen, and the really loud, the sound. I think I like to be kind of transported. This is way before me. It was a 70s show, but I used to love Three's Company. Mork and Mindy, another 70s show. See,
The best movies were in the 80s.
yeah, some great movies. I love The Breakfast Club. I don't know, wonderful little satire of the cliques in high school and all that kind of stuff. I think I'll probably be teaching here. I love it. I think I'll probably be performing a lot as I'm a musician as well. Many of you know. Probably continuing to perform. I think in the next 5 years I'll probably have my second manuscript, which I'm working on now, for a book of poetry. So my second full-length book of poetry will hopefully be out in the world, and I'll probably be doing some readings and that kind of thing. And then, working with you all probably. To take risks. Take risks here, take risks as you get older. If nothing is risk, really nothing is gain. And be kind. If you could balance that, taking risks all the time and being kind, I think. I know it's really abstract, but I think it's a great way to kind of live life and a great way to not beyond education.
So that sums up our second episode of Teacher Feature. It was really nice having an interview with Mr. Semerdjian.
It was really nice to be here and be with you all, and thank you.